Let me begin by thanking you for being here and thanking you for those kind words. The statistics are sobering. As many as 1 in every 3 women has been beaten, sexually assaulted, or abused in some other way. And her assailant is most often someone she knows, including her husband. And as we know, those of us who have studied these dynamics and these statistics, those numbers are probably low, I'm sorry to say. The victims of such violence are left with long-term psychological and physical scars. This kind of violence rips apart the social fabric of communities, and it shouldn't be this way. As we see here today, the men and women from all walks of life are joining together to end these widespread and often deadly acts of violence. Unfortunately, given the devastating effect violence has on women, our effects have mainly focused on responses and services for survivors. But the best way to end violence against women and girls, as my friend and colleague Cheryl Delosier has said, is to prevent it from happening in the first place. We must address it at its roots. Prevention begins in early life when we educate young boys and girls to embrace respectful relationships and gender equality, and not tolerate discourse that's disrespectful to women and children. As we craft legislation, we need to focus on starting early and finding sustainable programs on preventing and eradicating gender-based violence, while public policies and interventions often overlook this early stage of life. It is a critical time when values and norms around gender equality are taught and forged in our young people. Until a few months ago, female genital mutilation was not illegal in Pennsylvania. It was not illegal. It was not only taking place, it was on the rise. Petty and spiteful politics kept this legislation from becoming law before this session, and I thank my colleagues for helping us move this to the finish line. Also, I want to thank Zonta for their support, and I also want to thank the AHA Foundation. Amanda from AHA is here today, and I want to thank her publicly for the great work that AHA has done in bringing this issue to the forefront, to everyone's attention, and to making sure that we got this crime against women, young girls, criminalized in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Nothing could be more violent, offensive, and humiliating than the genital mutilation of young girls. And I'm sorry to say that this is done on coffee tables and kitchen tables in non-sterile environments without anesthesia, a ghastly, barbaric, horrific practice. Thankfully, our Commonwealth finally criminalized this ghastly practice, and the Zonta Club of Harrisburg was right there with us, along with the AHA Foundation, fighting alongside of us in the legislature. I want to thank the Zonta Club of Harrisburg and Hershey for keeping their focus on this issue and demanding the legislature step up and demand action. Know that your voices are heard. I just want to end by saying that in the past you may have heard the expression female circumcision. Female genital mutilation is not circumcision. We changed that moniker because it is mutilation. It's not circumcision. And that was part of the process too. But we finally got it done, but we didn't do it alone. We did it working together as a team, and we'll continue to work on these issues. Thank you very much for the great work you do.